Good morning, Year 7s. We're going to continue our adventure on separating mixtures. Today we're going to look at how to separate a solution. And Professor Bones is going to help us out today. Professor Bones has got safety gear on, safety glasses, lab coat, all ready to go. Hair is tied back. Really important when we're using a Bunsen burner. So remember, with solutions, a solute plus a solvent will make a solution. So for example, hot chocolate plus milk is going to give us a solution. We saw the filtration crack the other day. It will not be able to separate a solution because in a solution the particles are the same size. So if we put it through a filter paper, exactly like what happened with the coffee, we just end up with all the coffee going through. So a separation technique that we can use to separate solutions is called evaporation or crystallization. So for the solution today, what I'm going to use some lemonade. Have a think about what the solute, well, there's lots of solutes, but one that there's probably a lot of it in there, probably not great for our teeth either, and what the solvent might be. I'm going to help Mr. Bones to light the Bunsen burner. You can't see the Bunsen burner, but I've already checked that the air hole is closed because I want it to be on the yellow flame, the safety flame. Okay, you can see the yellow flame I've got going there, the safety flame. I'm also using a clay triangle. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some lemonade in the evaporating basin. So lemonade. Use matches in the use match jar. Okay, going to slowly put it onto the blue flame. And I'm going to put my evaporating basin on top. It's not hot at the moment, so I can just use my bare hands. Okay, we're going to have to leave that set up now for a while. Just going to show you what the top of it looks like at the moment. It's already bubbling. Okay, so it's starting to spit and bubble. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some glass beads. So they're just try and show you. They're just tiny glass beads. And they should help to stop the mixture spitting out of the evaporation basin. Some people might use marbles in their cooking, glass marbles, especially when you're cooking homemade tomato sauce so that it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. Okay, Year 7s, I think I'm nearly making toffee, so I'm going to turn the Bunsen burner off now and just let it cool down, and then I'll show you the results once it's cooled down. So back onto the yellow flame. While the sugar mixture is cooling down, I just wanted to show you another one which will give you a better view of what happens to the solute. So I've got my evaporating basin. I've moved the Bunsen burner away. It's not underneath the tripod. And I've been waiting to use this for a few years now. I actually, about 2 years ago, I collected some seawater from Phillip Island. So one of the beaches on Phillip Island, I collected some water. Think about what seawater might have in it. And we'll get this one going. What's really cool with the salt is that you might be able to start seeing the salt crystals forming on the evaporating basin. I'm going to turn the Bunsen burner off now. I think we've gone far enough, and I'll let the evaporating basin cool, and then I'll show you both the sugar and the lemonade and the seawater. So the evaporating basins have cooled down. Remember, we were doing a topic on how to separate a solution, and a great way to separate a solution is using evaporation, or otherwise known as crystallization. Remember, a solution is made up of a solute and a solvent. We used lemonade, which is going to have sugar in it as the solute. And also that last little bit was that seawater I got from Phillip Island. So of course the solute there is going to be seawater. Let's have a closer look. Unfortunately, I nearly made toffee. I couldn't quite. You can sort of see a bit of bubbling there, which shows you the sugar crystals. They're really hard to get back into their natural state. Here we go, you can see some of it. In there. And our salt. I'll just move it so we get a bit more light in. If I do this, you see those salt crystals? Look at them. Just trying to get a bit more sunlight in there so you can see them. They're the glass beads. See all that salt? Look at that salt. That's amazing. So that is how we can separate a solution. Thank you, Professor Bones, for helping us out today to carry out our evaporation experiment. Thank you. Bye.